Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Endless Legend 2 here in Amabel Goes to 4X School, where I think I'm concerned we're about to be taken to school by all these goddamn necrophages. They're everywhere. So we have successfully driven off a single 5-unit army of theirs. They immediately replaced it on the front line with another 5-unit army, and they're bringing up from the rear, still south of the city at this point, but close by, the 5-unit army that includes both of their heroes among the dead, and of course plays with fire, our long-term nemesis. That's still the case, right, Polemophon? We still have hardcore nemesis vibes. Who plays with fire? I don't actually know what this means. Like, I'm curious to see when we defeat him, what happens.
Yeah.
When, I say, as though it is a fully foregone conclusion.
You know what's gonna be fun is when I ask you in a few months, like, what episode of the series was it where you had to fight with the necrophages? And you'll say it's episode 4. Episode 4 is the only episode where the necrophages gave me any kind of problem.
Is this a hold on? Is this a bit? What are we doing?
Let's move on.
Okay.
It's been necrophages every.
Yeah,
Are there other factions on the map?
There are other factions on the map. Yeah, we're like within 10 tiles of home in every direction. Amabel, calm down. At the beginning of the game, you fight with your most proximal neighbor.
70.
It's turned well, but it's at the beginning of the game you fight with your most proximal neighbor, and if they're the necrophages, you don't get to do anything else until they're dead. This is the mistake we made. We showed them mercy. So I kind of want to run forward and grab their other 5-unit army because it's made of weak units, and we can cut down their numbers considerably. But I don't have a good sense of how the reinforcement mechanics work in this game just yet. You know,
There's a good way to find out.
Like, it feels to me like this army is pretty close to that army, and it's not showing that other army's strength in the reinforcement panel or in the thing here. But does that mean they can't show up as reinforcements? Because I would expect that they would be able to, being this close by.
Let's find out.
If we find out in the way you're talking about, we probably lose the game.
That's also fine.
That's also, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
Here's the thing you could do is
All right, well, he just chose to flee.
Load your previous save.
I'm going to load your previous save in a second here.
Are we past the 1-minute advertiser threshold for you to be saying that?
Yeah. Can I reach him? I can't reach him. Okay. Then everybody's done for the turn. So we ran off that first army, and then we were adjacent to the 1-unit army, so we can still attack them.
And they did not run away.
They did not run away for whatever reason. Yeah, it's curious. But so we've definitely reduced their overall strength somewhat, but this army by itself is showing up as 721 strength, so definitely still in the neighborhood of ours. I do have the dust to complete one of our new infantry units right now, and I will do so. Hold on a second. So you are friends with Gracchus the Adored, which means as long as you two are together, there's a bonus. I wish the game were a little bit better about, like, mouse over, tell me the bonus associated. I know it's significant. These two provide some kind of boost to each other. I was just trying to see exactly what the boost was. Okay. Well, we'll just leave this inventory guy, or this infantry guy, right here for the moment. And everything else is just kind of continuing apace. Yeah, we can't really do much until we are out of the mire of dealing with these damn necrophages. I do want to step back into my territory so I can heal at least. So they have the 5-unit army plus the 5-unit army plus another 2 units. We didn't really get much healing. We didn't get any healing last turn. And we won't get all that much this turn. Which is not ideal. If we dash across here... So we do have just enough movement to try to engage on these guys. They'll just retreat. Okay, we can see that the enemy armies have spent all of their movement. So we attack these guys and they retreat, and then we are stuck in enemy territory, not getting our good heal. While they just lost some health on 2 units that don't matter. Or, potentially, even if those units do die, like even if they have to fight us and they get killed, it doesn't actually help. Right? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just stopping. You know what? I will back up one more tile so that if they want to engage with me, they have to come through. I'm not going to go chasing that unit. I don't care enough. But if they want to attack us, they have to at least come out of their own territory to do it.
Okay.
Actually, let me stand y'all over here, just a little bit safer. Okay. Oh, monsoon time again. What a moment. So, big health regeneration on units starting their turn in non-allied territory, plus 100% gains on battle spoils. But vision range is down everywhere. How interesting. And a new rift was discovered. Wait a second. Right, temporary bridges are destroyed by the monsoon. New rift. Rifts are dangerous places, but you can use their power to teleport you to another discovered rift. Unpassable elements on Sayada's surface, uncovered as the world's receding seas, reveal new territories. During the monsoon, they become active, increasing in size, and most notably facilitating the emergence of doom wraiths.
What's a doom wraith?
I don't know. That's not a great noun, in my opinion, to see. With the right technology, armies can close rifts, in the process securing dust. Sorry, yeah, let me respawn that. Doom wraiths, eh? A doom wraith is a baleful, dangerous creature associated with the world of Sayada. Emerging from the rifts during the monsoon, they will attack armies on sight, but can also appear after a tidefall. Doom wraiths can become settled on non-claimed territories, whereupon they will spread corruption on adjacent territories. Horrors will often join Doomwraith units, making them even more dangerous foes. But to be rid of them, they can be baited, hunted, or simply attacked. Oh, there's a whole system here.
Here.
Okay. All right. We'll deal with Doomwraiths if we get Doomwraithed. What are you guys doing? You're performing Devour the Land?
That's not great.
I don't love that. I might need that land. That's my land. Oh, right. A new curiosity spawned during the, yeah, like that one right there. Shoot. Well, I'm going to grab it. Because these give us more movement. I remembered that at least. And then these guys have run close enough that we can attack them for free. They'll just retreat, but we can get the attack. You can't quite reach them. But honestly, you should probably be running out to gather. Where do we see more of these curiosities? Aha. See, this is definitely a huge benefit of having some extra bodies around during the monsoon. I really like the way that this game is, the specifics of the ways the game is encouraging having extra troops and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, 295 means we'll be able to buy out another unit next turn. We are 4 technologies away from the next move up. What is win-win relations? Minus influence cost on beneficial interactions. Okay. So there's nothing here we can research that's going to make us directly better at the war. It doesn't seem like. Except for defensive, shock tactics.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me grab food stuff then. Let's focus on continuing to grow our people.
You and your Rita Repulsa strategy.
Listen, I'm a big fan of any strategy that can be accomplished mostly by screaming while in a fortress on the moon. Got ourselves a new council seat here. So I will say, Xenophon is not providing us with a ton of value. Just increasing the maximum amount of strategic resources we can hold. All right, who do we have available? We have Tormalite. Gives us +8 dust on resource deposits. Polemophon is a different Polemophon? No, is this our lord?
No, our guy is Paula.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Pafirin gives us 15 food in the capital. 10 influence income per protectorate is just 10 influence per turn. It's not super great. Brother Brook gives us that battle spoil gain that we were promised. And Gracchus would give us plus science on merchant house districts. It says +0. I'm assuming that's a scaling factor, and they just the tooltip just doesn't have the scaling included.
Yeah, and Gracchus is one of our fighty guys.
Yeah,
that's our cavalry guy.
Yeah,
and if he's on the council, he can't do that, right?
No, I think he can.
Okay,
I believe if I'm understanding the way that the stuff is displayed in our hero panel, I think the guy who is our nemesis is leading that army while also being their economic counselor.
Oh, okay.
So like 15 food on the capital versus dust income from resource deposits. We don't have many resource deposits right now, or possibly any. We're building toward having more, but I kind of think I might want to bring on this this Paphirine, is one of these gemstone people, just to support growth in the capital. Yeah, I think so. And then the question is like, do I want to change you? Because you're kind of not giving us any very exciting bonuses. We could give you the other gemstone guy your seat. Now see, it's interesting that they're different types of counselors. And I wonder if certain people can only appear for certain seats. But that's how I'm going to leave my council for now, I think.
Okay.
Boy, this does not break down in a useful way. City plus 113, yeah? It's not wrong, it's just, could be more useful. So they moved a lot of their stuff south. And it does make me worry that they might be intending aggression down there, you know? Because if they made a run for our other settlement, I think it would be hard for us to stop that. I don't know if they have the wherewithal even. We can use this unit to try to scout ahead of it. So we caused a retreat there, but they're just going to heal up. I mean, we're also taking advantage of the healing. The Monsoon healing. Let's go ahead and spawn you in. Okay, he just wants to fight this time. So, we have no reason particularly to draw any closer. And we can only close a couple of tiles. And he closed to low ground, it looks like. So on the high ground we don't have the forest cover. But we do have plus 15% damage for doing attack from the high ground. And then they hit us, and then we hit back and get some healing. Okay. Do we want... I mean, I probably want to be basically producing a second army, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to involve a couple more sentries, probably. As much as there are other things I would also like to be doing.
It does feel like the thing where they have like 6 armies around and you only have 1 is not working the greatest for you.
Yeah. And again, we're benefiting significantly from the fact that we intentionally left it on a low difficulty, which I knew would handicap the AI's combat abilities, because I wanted to be able to kind of like screw around in the system and not have to play super tight while learning. Because he could absolutely just like fall upon us and probably knock us down through sheer force of will. Yeah, look at that. Look at how many... So there are 3 5-stacks here, and none of them have the heroes. So there's theoretically at least one more 5-stack somewhere that has their heroes in it. I want to run up and grab these anomalies, but I don't want to be too far out of position. There was another one over here. I guess it got taken. Well, I definitely shouldn't get any closer than that. Just trying to see if I could see what's up. I mean, there were a couple of armies down here before, so it's hard to say who might have snaked what. So at this point, if we attack, we expect to not win. We expect to get outnumbered in a way that is serious and meaningful. Just get behind the safety of our fortifications, I guess. Our coral is reaching into his territory more and more. All right, well. They are forcing it. Even with their 5-unit army and a 5-unit reinforcement, they chose to retreat rather than attack. So this is
They're
like,
cowards.
he's not lost all that much, but it's going in a very embarrassing way.
You are dominating them,
Yeah.
but you're all bones, apparently.
Well, it's true. As far as like, if the coral is my bones, then yes, literally yes, I am all bones. Okay, shockingly, he wasn't into it. I thought there was a chance given how little value he's gotten. God, that's all the way over there. We could use this unit as a scout to try to figure out where his stuff is. He's got units running around down here consuming the land, and I do think we probably want to stop that. If he's doing it, it must be important for him, but I don't know exactly what utility it has. Alright, just keep pumping out more units. You guys need to do your level best to get that thing. And there's not another... There are a couple of new curiosities up there, but those will be easy enough for this guy to get via the coral and everything. You got to stay close to the front lines. And I think we will probably go ahead and make you a resistor. That's the last one we'll be able to do that to, though. My lord, the most learned philosophers have completed their examinations of Zenos. They are at a complete loss. Well, how can this be? We have the body, we have the mind, we bring them together, a harmony is created, a voice is added to the chorus. Since the first aspect, there is no other way. Zenos remains as mysterious as the first day we laid eyes upon them. Some begin to say that Zenos hides something. Well, confused as I am, I will not stoop to rumor and suspicions, Lyal Gramel. There is no place for that in the harmony, and we will maintain the harmony for all aspects. Lyal Gramel is the only one keeping the Smurfs out of the harmony.
Yeah.
Days pass with Zenos striking a miserable figure among the bustle of Reefborn. The chorus swells and strengthens, but its joyous harmony is unheard by the outsider. Player Ojira has heard reports from the escorts that Zenos mutters dark prophecies during its periods of fitful rest. Nightmarish visions of a broken world of unending deserts. The outsider weighs heavily in my mind, Krytalon. Zenos contradicts everything we know and believe about ourselves and our society. And now they babble about a coming doom. Oh, I wouldn't hold much stock in some wanderer's ravings, my lord. The dieback broke many good souls. But I wonder if maybe Zenos was one of us years ago. Well, how could that be? An unwanted juvenile abandoned to the waves? An unfortunate accident that cut them adrift? Contact with these new monsters that roam the lands? Ah, they might have grown up alone and in silence until their island was no longer a prison. And their dark prophecies? Meaningless nightmares. This sort of trauma can do strange things to the mind. The sight of the falling seas would do something to an already troubled spirit, and perhaps bring these visions of a desert. We must learn to understand Zenos if we wish to understand ourselves and our world. I wonder how we might do that, Krytalon. Oh, once again, it switched pictures, but probably not intended speakers. If I may be so bold, my lord, right now our priority should be seizing lands, not speculating on mysteries. Lands that suit us. Wise counsel as always. I have not forgotten the dieback or our weakness. To study any of these questions, we must still be alive. Yeah, it's fair. So now they want us to claim Jiram, even though I went to all that trouble to not have to bother with it? Because it's not very interesting territory. And we will receive the Shawl of Tranquility, which I guess is fine. Adds +5 damage per adjacent friendly unit. Okay, I mean, it's maybe a little better than fine. So, their units are splitting up around their cities. A little hard to know what to make of all of it. And I'm similarly like pretty unsure what to do with this army. I guess we can just kind of like play defense until our second 5-stack is ready.
Okay.
I don't love that. I wanna be aggressive. I wanna take something, right? But
That's not really your style, though. What?
Can you maybe save the burns until the end of my sentence at the very least? But I worry that any forward movement leaves us vulnerable on the flank and that we're in a situation where one army isn't going to beat a garrison in the first place.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like we do have to just wait, as uncharming as that is.
I don't think it's uncharming. I think waiting for the right moment to strike and doing it when you are at strength is, a core way to survive in a war situation.
And yet here you are razzing me about it.
I'm saying play to your strengths, and your strength is, finding battle in situations that are favorable to you, and then very carefully getting a tactical victory.
Ooh, interesting.
I think rushing in is not advisable.
So once per empire, we can build this beacon of science. This is a building that is made of glass steel, so it's a good thing we have some. 10 science plus 4 science per population assigned as scribes, plus an additional 3 population slots for scribes. That's definitely compelling. 18 science for a single building. Or, maybe we just build a geodesic dome. It's half the time and half the cost, and it gives more total science. Eventually, the other one will get better. Once we're full of scribes and everything. But yeah, I guess let's get this dome first. You were like, psh, winning wars. Is that really your style? Thanks,
No,
Amabel.
being aggressive
Thanks,
is not your
Amabel.
style. Being careful and thoughtful is your style.
You transgress. If I were to initiate an attack here,
No.
see, it is lighting up the other army. But I don't get to include them in the reinforcements. That was what I was hoping, was that we were close enough that it would fold them into the reinforcements and we could rush them down that way. An urgent matter, Player Gyra the Innumerable, to add to the list. Aren't they all? But please explain. Alchemists and madmen, though I often confuse the two, ask for help to study these unnatural rains. They may be able to extract valuable substances. At last, useful ideas rather than unlikely promises. Let us see what we might do. Really? You don't feel like this is an unlikely promise? So we can let them experiment, put in some gold, get out some auric coral, which I don't know what that is or what it's for. We can filter it and earn some money, but lose 10 industry in one of our cities for 10 turns. Or get a small science bonus for 10 turns, while also reducing approval on our whole faction. I don't know that I like
feel like
any of these, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I feel like of them, Experiment's the one that, like, yeah, it has a cost, but we'll get a thing.
Yeah, Auric Coral I think is a luxury resource though, and that's not enough to fire a booster, so it is kind of just nothing. It's like paying 125 dust to get nothing.
I mean, that's assuming we'll never get Auric Coral again.
Well, okay, that's. I mean, it's
You make
the
this
thing
a
I'm
bit
saying
different
is
than I do.
the thing I'm saying is true right now, and right now is when we're trying to survive, right? Like
And you need that dust to survive.
the dust might be helpful, certainly. This is a pretty small approval loss, but it's also a very small science boost to go with it. I really don't like losing industry yield from the capital, especially not so much in a time where we're like really trying hard to pump out units.
I'll also say this.
I might take
story-wise,
I might
prefer
take
the first
experiment because it's the least bad of the options. I don't think
Yeah.
any of them are very good for us right now. A small investment could pay handsomely if they are indeed the wise ones they pretend to be. Yeah, I do agree with you on that. Like from a story perspective, this was the right call probably. I am feeling indulgent today. Give them the funds they ask, and let's see what they manage to do. Hopefully, it's not nothing while making me look like a fool. Wouldn't that be a shame? All right, you get to grab that, and then from there... And finally, we did finish another archer who is probably just staying put. Right, yeah, you're a city defense. I think he's trying to provide support to his missing unit over here. Let's throw a couple of y'all in the queue. I think I would prefer to attack from this side just in terms of reinforcements and whatnot. So they will fight us because to retreat would just kill all their units anyway. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's deploy back a little bit. Let our archer hero deploy forward. I think I'm mostly pretty okay with that. That instant resolve is pretty strong for us. The question is, do I think I can do better? And yes, I think I do.
And
I believe
you're
in my
a
ability.
Sweetheart, and you're gonna do fights for me.
I believe in my ability to kill these guys. All right, it looks like, unfortunately, in the situation we're in right now, Rain of Arrows is non-lethal on all of them. But it gives us a start.
Yeah, it does soften them up quite a bit, especially the one.
Yeah. Let me, oops. Let me not click outside the battle. Yeah, I made a small error here in not positioning myself so that one of my ranged units would be able to get up there. Like, the position this guy's in should be the position one of them is in.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just go ahead and do the rain anyway. Let's just go ahead and do the rain anyway. There it is. Disappointing, though. Unfortunately, it looks like it has to play out everybody's defensive stance animation in sequence instead of simultaneously.
That's annoying.
It is annoying. All right, so one of these back row guys can clear you. You get to step up to here and clear that guy, which lets you take a shot over here. I'm going to step all the way up here, allowing this archer to move forward far enough to get that, and I can just barely hit you. Okay. And then none of them can reach us on this next turn, obviously.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, the AI gets a little wiggy when it can't make contact. This is the thing that you see in these games over and over again. And so they ran around, I think, trying to find another way to path to us.
Yeah, I think you did much better than expected, than they were going to give you.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what would have had to happen for the damage that they were predicting to occur, but it didn't seem likely.
Oh, a Doom Wraith has settled on Akamar and experienced influence on your city.
You're right. That is happening. Oh, that's okay. That's happening.
Look at that buddy. Look at that friend.
A foul doom wraiths. Scuttling close to the ground, these creatures carry a pestilence that can sicken soldiers even after they're gone. It is never yielding, and it is toxic. Okay, well, I don't actually know what that means, nor do I know what to do about it. We're busy, you know?
All right, there's a fortress there you got to take care of.
Yeah, all in due time. Fortress is another one of those things where it's like, wow, I sure wish I wasn't elbow deep in this war.
Yeah.
All right, we keep trying to pick up some free resources here to spread around. Winning a battle is real good for your dust output. So we almost have our next 3-stack already. I would really like the last unit in that 3-stack to be an observer, because the observers the targeting thing is super, super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But it sure does slow down the construction of the army, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. That's the right answer. Oh, what is this? Is it the end of the monsoon and the next tidefall? All right, that's good news for us, actually. Let us see what it has unveiled in our fancy, most recently taken territory. There's a couple of big resources, I guess. That's dragon root. Okay, yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot to pick up. I wanted to see Eshpry in particular. It looks like the vast majority of Eshpry is still underwater, which is interesting. Discovered here a dense dust load. They have offered us a white piece. Let's think about this. If we can win another battle against them before accepting the white piece, it behooves us to do so because, again, battle spoils are significant. We're just about to have our 2 5-unit armies ready to rampage, and if I think we could take a city, then it behooves us to weaken them in that way. Oh, this must be the distortion coming off of the thing. That's a really cool effect.
Yeah.
But obviously, we do have other stuff we could be doing with our armies if we didn't need them to fight the necrophages. It's just that letting the necrophages off the hook every time they overstep and lose a bunch of stuff is a good way to keep this war running for all of forever.
They're just going to keep coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we got to try to take something from them in a more permanent way. We have to try to harm them and like weaken them and make them start dying. So the question is, no, I guess there's not really a question. They built right up against the border of our settlement here. We're just going to siege them from within our own lands. Their garrison army is too strong for us, but we have a backup. You know, we will have more troops than this. So for the moment, I refuse. Growl indeed. Well, we discovered something. A pitted rusty pipe protrudes from the ground, crackling, sparking, and emitting the sound of lightning. Even stranger, there is a small tendril of dust waving above it, scintillating and lively, almost beckoning. And obviously, there are the bodies of many Ocklings, dead and dazed, scattered around it as well. What is this foolishness? If the thing is dangerous, stay away from it. But it is dust! Dust! It calls, it sings, it beckons. Even the strongest, the cleverest can't touch it, but we have to try. Well, in that case, my most obvious recommendation will fall on deaf ears. Tell me, if we solve this riddle for you, will you share the dust? Share? Share dust? Never! Impossible! Except, yes, okay, too many dead. Too deadly for Ocklings. No choice. Build even more laboratories to solve the problem of the weird sparking dust pipe. I mean, that's a lot of money. Kind of in the middle of some things, though, you know?
Yeah, but you also are trying to build laboratory. You need at least one more laboratory for the one quest?
Yeah, it's under construction.
Okay.
No, it's not. I'm building that geodesic dome instead because I got distracted.
Do you want to build that district here, or do you want to try to level up your city hall for your main thing so you'll be able to...
All right, because no, we did finish building for this. We're trying to claim Jurem for our next faction step, which is a thing we absolutely can do.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to keep track of what all we've done and where we are on things. It's This is a problem when I've tried to play these games is I lose track, especially, you know, across multiple sessions.
All right, let's see what these guys want. I should do this while we're up here. I keep forgetting. Tell me, Aspects, do you fear the seas? We do. Any sane being on Sarah does. Even younglings know to stay away from the shore. Well, we do not venture into the waters, foundlings. A strange question. Fear of the ocean has run wild. Gruesome tales put us all on edge. So some now refuse to approach the rivers. I cannot allow these terrors to overcome us. And you could help. Well, good relations with the foundlings are important, but not so much that we would do anything foolish, like taking to the seas. I ask only that you set a good example for our settlement. Show them how an Aspects masters dread of the waters. You are troubled by the shrinking seas, but why do the waves retreat, and what does it mean? Our best hope is a worthy sacrifice, left at the shrine of the deep. Nothing less than precious goods will do. You must bring it to the blessed stone at the shrine of the deep. This is more than a modest favor, foundlings. What can we expect in return? Well, if we are lucky, the offering will guard us against the ocean's wrath. You will have our friendship. So this would pacify all the foundlings' villages in a territory we intend to take over soon. It'll give us 50 bonus science on Reefborn, handed out over the course of 10 turns. So we have to bring 15 titanium to the Shrine of the Deep. We spent almost all of our titanium and we have no income. I don't think we've even seen a deposit of it. Oh, no, this has got to be titanium over here.
Okay.
Yeah, and that region doesn't have a fortress.
Well.
So that's where I should have set my... Well, I mean, I have my coral over here for a reason. Whatever. We also have a character down there, so we should be able to correct this, provided that I am willing to spend the dust to do so. All right, let's see if they try to push us off their city. We finished our tech. Getting attacked elsewhere as a way to distract us. Okay, there's another 22 units of theirs just kind of hanging around over here.
Yeah, so we have 3 more tech to go.
Smooth there, darling.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say something while you were muted, and then or on the text screen, and nothing's highlighted. I have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, sorry. It's a bit of a coughing fit kicked in there. Okay, so we have fun new food technologies, but unfortunately, no time to construct them. Over here, we're being attacked. This is definitely a retreat. Wow, those are some fast feet. We're very good at running away along the coral, it would seem. And I would like to wait until we have some breaches here.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But having to stand here for 3 turns is rough. They have too much fortification. How dare they? And I really want to be, trying to pounce on people as they're moving around. Yeah, they've got me nervous, for sure. We should probably... 3 more techs. What do we still need, is the question. We could pick up another protectorate slot. I don't hate that.
Need it eventually, yeah.
They're really not threatening our cities directly enough for shock tactics to be... the thing is, city fortification is, for us, not as valuable as it is for them. It becomes more valuable the more armies you have, basically.
Okay.
Right, because for us, we have to keep them from keeping a city under siege under any circumstances anyway, because we only have the couple of functional outputting cities, right? We're not... Having a city under siege shuts down so much of our empire that we're losing anyway.
Yeah.
So we can't afford to have a city sieged like that. It's not really buying time to leave a city under siege.
Yeah.
Whereas they can allow one of their cities to be sieged for who knows how long, and then just ride up and push us off of it later. I do kind of think picking up the second protectorate slot makes sense. I do so desperately wish that we had the ability to pierce their walls a little faster. Alright, what are they doing now? It kind of seems like they're going around. Why would they be going around? Alright, I don't trust the coral path anymore. We're gonna direct these guys a little bit more straight through. Okay, a little bit of influence and some movement. It is getting real dangerous down here. We might need to bring this unit home. Oof. All right, here we go.
Oh, well, there they go. They're moving around.
Yeah, what is the intent of this? Maybe they're running off to fight a Doomwraith that they see, or I don't know. Very strange behavior. We have, of course, been attacked, and we'll just retreat. Retreat into a discovery. A stone's throw from a subterranean ruin, a strange arch juts out of the old seabed, half sunken and askew. It glimmers with an ethereal light, the material of its construction no ordinary stone or metal. On a nearby bluff, a lone consortium courier eyes your army with cold intent. As the first of your soldiers approaches the arch, a ghostly apparition materializes. Okay, and it says some stuff we can't understand, apparently. What are you? Indeed. Well, I can't understand. Maybe it's the adults from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I can't do that voice.
This entity, it seems connected to the nearby ruins. Yes, some kind of guardian warding away trespassers. Ancient. What is your will, Plerogyra the Innumerable? Well, we can stay and try to understand it. This one scout will be stuck here for a turn, but we'll get 150 science, which is like a couple turns of our science output at this point.
That's not bad.
Or we can strip the arch, but we'll get in a fight, and since the only thing we have down here is this one scout, we will lose that fight.
Yeah.
Try to decipher this.
The obvious.
What did we learn? Little before the entity lost power, but careful analysis of the language indicates that it was a representative of the Endless, the civilization that occupied Sayata eons ago. I sense this isn't the last we'll hear of the Endless.
And their legends, too.
Their various legends. Those 2 legends of theirs that they had. All right. What does it cost to buy out the rest of this? How close are we? We're actually pretty close to being able to finish this guy. Are we there now? We are there now. All right, so we got a new army. We will move up into participatory position. So it says no reinforcements available on both sides of this battle. We had that last time too, right? And it ended up not being true.
Yeah.
They moved a 5-unit army into reinforcement position as well, but their army is a lot worse than ours is. So the question is just, do I think we can take them having only opened up 1 space? Looks like we get a couple more breaches in 2 turns.
Yeah.
A couple more breaches in 1 turn, rather, and then the last wave, it would take another couple turns after that.
Give it 1 more turn, I guess.
Since everybody's already in place, yeah, maybe the thing to do is to end turn here and then try to initiate the combat immediately at the start of the next turn and not give them any time to move anything else around. Okay, so you guys are done. What do we want to build here? Well, maybe something that isn't a unit, actually. Now, we've been working without a blast furnace. Would certainly accelerate things a bit. And unfortunately, we have been pursued by the Auklings. We are dead here. I'm going to take the instant resolution. We will at least fight back a little bit. But yeah, that's the obvious outcome of allowing that unit to lose all of its movement points for a turn. All right, here we go. Sorry, I can't just have the army selected. End turn, select assault. And we're allowed to pick a reinforcement army. Now we only have one reinforcement slot here. We can only bring in one other army, which is interesting and different from the last game for sure. All right, let's see what's what. So this is the live important capture point. I probably want you to be back a little bit more, because you want to get a charge off on your first turn, right?
Yeah.
But they only have so much movement, and all of this is a deep tree terrain. So actually, maybe they're probably just not going to be able to do that. To take advantage of the charge, I mean. I want to make sure that our ranged units are close enough to get to participate from the first turn. And we'll have to have some of the melee units are just going to be far back and working pushing forward through the ranged, but we got to be able to be taking advantage of our fire differential, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try it like this. We're going to see how it goes. Wow, the instant resolution is not good for us. It's not even an actual victory. So they're bringing in their own reinforcements.
You got this.
I think we can outperform that expectation for sure. So remember these big things. These behemoths.
Behemoth.
It was important. It was important to apply the mark on those. Targeting mark,
right,
because they have 1 billion health. So let's start with that. And then a crit from Polemophon is the next most critical thing, I think. Does it if I go for a rain of arrows, these skills are, I think, mostly 1 per battle. And yeah, it doesn't look like it gets any it doesn't benefit from the crit or anything. It's much better to just The question is, are we trying to burn through the big guy real fast, or are we trying to clip his support staff, who could not get that marked debuff applied to them in the first place? Like the flyers and the other ranged. I think we do have to clean up the flyers. The flyers are going to get into our ranged and become too great a problem if we don't.
Hey, that was a good crit.
Thank you. So how close to my... All right, you can run up to here and finish that then. Yeah, the four range is really, really nice. So you can shoot there. You can punch this guy to consume the critical. Okay, you know what? Having Gracchus eat the crit is still pretty solid damage. And then that makes room for another archer to move up to work on this guy, which lets me let this archer move up to here to hopefully finish him. Trying to think. This will leave them with... They still have 4 ranged units, but this will clear both of their flyers, so they have no ability to put melee into our ranged quickly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit before we can get all of our melee into stuff. Yeah, I think this is right. Okay, so both of their flyers eliminated. Best you can do is run up to here. Best you can do is run up to here. And then you... frustratingly, can't actually attack from this position. Because for some reason you can't move to it. Oh yeah, three movement through forest. It's just a lot of heavy tree tiles. Alright, well he can move up to here at least and be ready. As ready as anything next turn.
Yeah. I think that's a good first turn.
Yeah, it doesn't grant us quite the control of the entire battlefield that I would like. You know what I love is a good clean victory where none of my units take any damage and all of the enemies die horribly.
I know, I've seen. And you pull it off in ways that I couldn't. This won't be one of those, but you know, I think you're going to do better than what they had predicted for you for sure.
I appreciate that, sweetie.
I am your biggest fan. I am a cheerleader.
I agree. So it looks like the two...
Amabel, you're always doing sick burns on me.
All right. It looks like the two basic archers back here should be able to put this guy away. Actually, can our melee... Yeah, he ran up into a position where we might be able to just melee him to death. Oh, no. You fool. You absolute dunderhead. Well, I don't love that.
Because him having less health does not reduce his damage at all, right?
Well, it does. He's damaged. But it doesn't,
okay.
You know, I don't want him to be able to attack.
Yeah.
Alright, let's hit you, apply the mark. And then we can disregard your armor. Okay, disregarding the armor overwrites the effect. Yeah. We might be able to finish you off. Might be able to finish off one of the big guys. If we apply a lot of resources to him. So the hero attacks downhill. Archer. No, this archer. Oh no. Okay, I thought for a second there we were gonna just barely not get there. Which would have been horribly embarrassing. And then do I want you to ride around to this side? Or do I want to leave you right here to fill in the space when, like, this hero dies, which is going to happen soon? We can run... This occultist run forward is just going to die. But he's going to prevent the behemoth from walking forward and cleaving these two.
And when he attacks, he's going to heal people adjacent to him, right?
No, I believe he... Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. He's going to do no meaningful damage to most of them. So let's hit you. Yeah, a little bit of blood mending. That's something. And I guess I will run this guy up this way. All right, that turn went pretty well. They still have their like backline over here, which I don't love.
Yeah.
Wow, our infantry dude actually totally.
Oh.
So the infantry guy was on the capture point.
Oh,
I just didn't think there was any chance he was going to survive the turn. But they devoted too many of their ranged to attacking my ranged instead of just piling in on him. So, so they goofed and lost their city. I would love to occupy this city. Yeah, I thought for sure they were just gonna splat that dude. But they had spite. They had spite on their brains. So this district is being captured.
It takes 4 turns to capture it. So.
Well, right. So here's the thing. This army can't do anything. This army is in the capture action. There is an enemy army inside the city. And they're going to get to heal. But we have an army right here, and I would love to use this army to press them. Except I don't think I can, because they're not on a tile that's adjacent to the west wall, and I'm not allowed to step into the city because it's not mine yet. So I think, like, we've created this, like, no-go zone.
That's a weird...
It's a weird interaction of the mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Like, I need to be able to ride forward and crush these dudes before they just heal up. And it's not...
Amplitude, if you're watching, this is weird.
These armies are exhausted. Yeah, this army's exhausted. They're not going to do anything this turn. This is a strange outcome. Can you reach them? Yeah, okay. Fill in the dead spot. Continue the mission. Adding that 1 unit to the army took a turn off of the occupy, which is rad. Yeah, so I don't really know. I guess we just have to let them move out, because I can't reach around to get them.
Good old reach around.
Yep, I can't give them the good old reach around, in the famous words of some historical general or another.
I mean, probably Alexander. He's probably into that.
So I guess I'm just gonna leave this army in place to defend this army against shenanigans. So we'll just
right.
call it for the turn.
Yeah.
They sent me a message about some stuff. Hold on, they're moving troops. This is one thing I don't love, is that, you know, you get these messages and they pop up in the middle of your screen and then things are happening. In Endless Legend 1, there are controls to have all notifications start minimized, so that the beginning of the turn is focused on what is happening. And I bet there's probably that stuff here too, and I just haven't, you know, grappled with the UI enough to turn it on.
Okay, well, I think you probably can instant this one, right?
It will pop my hero because my hero is low on health. So no, we must manual this battle.
Okay.
The AI, the auto resolvers that do not actually do the math, like do not actually run the battle, but just like try to do math, they love to assume that wounded units will get used, that ranged units will not provide like a wall of cover. You know, it's very strange stuff. Yeah, we're gonna start like this. You're not gonna be able to get close enough to actually help. I mean, I'll say this for these guys. They are far away from me. The greatest compliment I can give them as far as their tactical acumen goes is they sure did start in a place where it's hard to shoot them. Come on, let's do this. Let's fight. It probably does need to, apply all the defensive stances simultaneously at the end of a round. All right, go ahead and get your health back. So we're gonna have some units step forward here to try to make room. Nobody can actually get past that, really? That's crazy. Yeah, nobody can get past the this bottleneck where it's a forest tile. Just completely untraversable. Nobody has the movement speed.
That's really inconvenient.
All right, you're going the long way. He's going to wrap around the other side of the planet. You are going to get over here and maybe be able to move in further. We can do that. And then, unfortunately, we do have to just end the round. So I put this archer in a slightly vulnerable position. Okay. That's some forward movement, at least. And then obviously these guys are super, super dead from here.
Yeah. Victory!
Ah, we hit level 5. Your hero has unlocked the ability to build a haven. A haven is a structure that will allow a hero to pick a companion, unlocking unique economic and military effects. You know, just like a civil partnership. The only reason I would ever get married is for the unique military effects. So, out of curiosity, I guess that hero's in this army. Hold on. We gotta wait. Alright, so you guys are doing that. We're getting dust helping us push toward this blast furnace every turn. That 5-unit army that ran up here is still up here somewhere. I don't know where they went. They have more important things to do than this war. And I know we're over the hour, but let's play the end of this capture here because I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah.
So you guys have run inside the city and you're doing something. But that's about to not be your tile. Are you not concerned about that? Does that not worry you at all? You can see his real army is right here. Very strange. All right. So we want to build a district, right?
Yeah.
For one thing, we want to level up our city center. For another thing, we do need more just like resources, always. What would be useful to build adjacent to... Because it has to be in either this slot or this slot. Adjacent to an exploited anomaly. Well, I mean, that's going to be a lab, right? A lab gets the good bonuses from that. Yeah, and I don't know that it matters terribly which side we put it on. But there we go. That'll expand that, allowing us to add Irush to the city. And with that, we have formally claimed an opposing location for the first time, and now he's fighting like neutrals. I keep seeing like battle flags with neutral factions coming up. Hey, Agdosh, how's it going down there, buddy? Is Agdoc is the name. Adgok. I didn't say any part of that right. His name, the name of his city, not the name of his faction. What did we get? Okay, so he gives it to you as a camp. So obviously we can't attach it to Reefborn for the same reason we couldn't attach the other thing to Reefborn. I mean, do we just make this a city of its own?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. The situation has changed a little bit. Oh, a deed. Before any other empire, you reach the objective of a deed. Open the quest journal to look at the other competitive deeds. First player to get to 3 cities gets +1 city cap. Well, if I had realized that, we would have done some things differently. Yeah, let's build some basic internals here, and we'll spend money to accelerate those as we can. Pending dialogue. It is a day like many others in the service of an empire, but in mid-morning it takes an unexpected turn. Gerosite, the stone-faced Ametrine historian that you met at the Solace ruins, has returned. They arrive in the capital requesting an audience and promising a reward for bending your ear. When you last met, you befriended them. Doubtless they are hoping for the same. Double friendship. Thank you for your time. We have little, for change comes. Again, it will be a shift in everything, driven by some power uncoiling within Sayada. But yours is never merely one opinion. There are others. The monsoons, tidefalls, doomwraiths, these are omens, not just bad luck. There is something, a common root or cause. We must know more. We have seen all the signs and wonder what they mean. Why do you come here to tell me this? I ask you to let me examine your oldest, deepest cellars to see the strata of rocks. I only seek the truth in the oldest sites. It may be buried beneath your feet. Okay, I mean, there's absolutely no reason that we would not want to accept this, right? This would give us like an approval boost, but that's like crazy.
That's 15 titanium, and we need titanium for something.
Yeah, that other quest. We need to deliver 15 titanium somewhere. Thank you. I hope you will later thank me. We must know more, find more clues, find more truths. The rocks tell me this change will touch everything. No, I get it. It's a big deal. Whatever's going on, you need to start using more specific words.
Rock.
I need to know what the hell's going on here, and this man does not have a single noun for me. Be on your way. We will see that you are given access to our deepest sites. A small gift with my thanks, Aspects. I hope to bring important news when we meet again. Okay, so he's doing a thing, and that thing's happening. We're getting corrupted by this Doomwraith.
Yeah.
That's the thing we're going to look into next time. That is a real next time type concern. So, out of curiosity,
the swarm cares.
You know, properly capturing his city didn't really move the war score as much as I was thinking it might. I was curious, like, what the magnitude of that would be on the war score compared to winning battles or making your opponent retreat. I thought capturing a whole city has got to be like, that's got to be like, oops, we fucked up, like, real bad. But it doesn't really seem to be. That said, he was willing to take a white piece before. And obviously a white piece now would mean that this is our city. Probably forever, unless he can... I don't foresee him taking it back, is what I'm saying.
So, let's try that.
Well, let's see, I'm sort of debating, like, do we want to white piece him, or do I want to push? Because now we've taken something permanent. First of all, it's given us some good vision. He didn't have a lot else established up here. Secondly, this new thing is adjacent to new cool resource deposits, so I'm pretty happy to see that. He didn't have another city, right? If this was a city, we know he didn't have 3 cities because we got to 3 cities first. So that means Valhalla is his entire territory. which certainly
So
behooves
maybe you
us
can
to.
take them.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I think it behooves us to press and like just try to eat this guy if we can. He's a low difficulty AI, you know. But I missed the deeds. I totally forgot about deeds. Over here. Each tidefall as Sayada's seas fall, be the first to achieve deeds and receive powerful rewards. So yeah, there are several sets of deeds have been set out. First, Bringer of Death, be the first to eliminate at least 30 units. So it says 0 of 4. 0 of 4 achieved. The fact that he's here. Oh no, this has been completed.
So that was for the first tidefall.
Right.
And then we just, in the second tidefall, you've done
Well,
one
I'm
of the-
just trying to understand the UI here. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
just blazing away. Because it says 0 of 4, but it seems like 3 of them are completed.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that I can't complete the ones that have already been completed. These are competitive. So it's weird. Like, you would think that this would say 3 of 4, right? Is it 3 of 4 of these are done?
I think it's saying how many you have done.
Right, but why would it say that? What would be the value of it saying that when some of them can be put into a state where I can't have done them?
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. So what are the other?
So Bringer of Citizenry, be the first to have a city with 20 population, is still uncompleted. And the reward is considerable. If that is +2 industry on every instance of your base population unit, that's a big bonus. This was be the first to have 30 of one strategic resource, +1 exploited resource production on extractors, so that you extract everything at double rate. That's pretty huge. +3 population slot on your population vocations. This one's good in the cities early, but it's probably not as critical because it seems like, you know, in the long run, because it seems like there are buildings that add slots to stuff. So like in the late game, you'll be able to have a lot of slots in your vocations anyway, I think. Tidefall number 2 brought us Bringer of Liberation. First to clear 6 fortresses for +10 damage on all your units. Be the first to have a city with 25 districts for a reduction in the influence cost of all foundations. Be the first to pacify 10 villages. Gives you an extra protectorate slot for free. We have 6. So, you know, we're doing all right. Mm-hmm. We just finished Bringer of Metropolises. And that does indeed make this... So it is just checking off the number of them that you have. But that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
What a bizarre way to do that. All right. Tidefall 3 added Bringer of Doom, be the first to defeat 5 Doom Wraiths. Be the first to claim 15 territories. We are on 6. That's something. +50 science on cities. Jeez. Be the first to generate at least one of each of the 6 strategics. And finally, be the first to have 100 population. We're at 16. But you get an extra hero draw from this one. That's pretty rad. Okay, so I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I think what we're going to do here is try to conclude this war in a knockout the necrophages kind of way is our plan for next time.
Okay.
Also,
I'm excited for that.
Just one more thing here before we quit. What's the story with this? So I can make a haven. Is there a button? There is a button. So you just like, does it need to be anywhere in particular? Is it useful for it to be on a, what if I do it right here? Okay, well, if you don't mind, we're going to do one more turn. Because I'm very curious about what I've just created. This is a weird angle to do that from. Yeah, why not attack right here? Seems like a favorable battle in which he cannot include any of his good units. He can add a small crappy unit. All right. They retreated. So we got a lot of damage on one of his biggest armies there for free. That's awesome. End turn. Haven built. Hold on. Well, as always, I need to then get that off the screen so that I can see what's happening. Our shit is being sacked by some neutrals. We'll worry about that next time. So we built this haven. Let's look at that text now. Haven built. Your hero has built a haven. Select a companion to share this haven with. Companions can be chosen in the hero circle and have a companion trait, which is a bonus granted to your hero. That's in the haven itself. Okay, it doesn't seem to be. It's weird that it even has a tile because it doesn't seem to do anything on the right. Like,
well, if someone came and took it from you, it would do something.
Maybe,
I guess.
Oh, okay. So they can. Your choice of soulmate might have resource outputs that are on the haven. That's interesting. Okay, so we can become a couple with Anaximans of Nowhere, Xenophon the host, Pafarine in whatever way that would work, or Tormalite, or Brother Brook, who is, as far as I can tell, a spiderweb, a living spiderweb. So no matter what we get...
What is the skill power couple?
Yeah, that's a good question. When eliminating a unit earns 20 influence. I think I'd rather take the stats, right?
Okay.
And of these stats, on our archer hero, who gets to stand 5 tiles away from everything, determination makes way more sense than defense. So I think for that reason, we are...
Come here, you big cute spider web.
Come here, you big mass of spiders. A soulmate who can share a hero's burdens. What a situation.
That's rad. That's rad.
What a fucking world. Okay, so hold on. If I turn on the resource display... indeed, this tile is now very productive. Well, what a weird thing. I love it when they do weird.
Yeah.
All right, we got other notifications to stuff. There's things to read. There's heroes to level up. All that stuff when you come back. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching and for putting up with me going, oh, hold on. We just got to see what happens here. Let me close out this thing. Let me walk you up to 90 minutes this episode. When y'all come back next time, I will try to keep it slightly shorter.
And we'll see you then.
Okay, it looked like you had something you wanted to add. Your mouth was half open.
I was to say, putting up with. I mean, that's what I'm here for. This is what they're here for as well.
I thought you were here for the battles.
People know your deal.
All right, fair enough. When you come back next time, we're going to play more Endless Legend. And you know what? Whatever happens, happens. And maybe I'm going to smooch a big mass of spiders. And we'll see you then.